Hello, my name's Hazel and I'm going to be telling you all about the Chelsea Chop. So it's Chelsea Flower Show time of year, and the Chelsea Chop is something that you do at the time of the Chelsea Flower Show, and it involves cutting back perennials that can get quite tall to make them bush out more, give you more flowers, and they won't require as much staking. So here we've got an aster that's already really quite tall, and by September, when this starts to flower, it's going to be much taller. And in the meantime, it could get quite floppy because of the tall stems. So to make it less floppy, to bush out more, so you'll have more flowers, we're going to cut it back a little bit. And you can do that by cutting back about 1/3 of the stem to just above a bud where you can see there are new leaves coming, new growth coming from leaf nodes here on either side of the stem. So take it back about there and work your way across the bush. Now, you don't have to do the whole bush. You can leave perhaps the back half to flower first and then just cut back the front half, or you could pick out stems from within the bush to cut back to give you more of a staggered flowering, because one thing that will happen is that by cutting back now, you will delay the onset of flowering a little bit. So just work your way around. I'm going to work my way around across the whole bush because this can be quite a little windy spot here, and I think that the wind will knock these back a little bit, and we don't really need to have that many supports if we can cut these back and make it a bit more of a sturdy plant. Penstemons, these are another example of a plant that you can cut back with the Chelsea Chop. And again, that will reduce the height, will delay the flowering a little bit, but you'll get a much bushier, sturdier plant that perhaps won't need staking and much more flowers. Lupins are an example of a plant that you should not cut back with the Chelsea Chop. They flower on one single long stem, and if you cut that back, you've basically taken the flower off. So you should only be doing this on plants that branch out. Also alliums, don't do them on alliums because you'll just take the flower off. Another good example that you can work on are sedums, so you can take those back with the Chelsea Chop and they will branch out and give you a much sturdier plant too. So avoid things like lupins and delphiniums and alliums. Don't give those to Chelsea Chop because you'll just be taking off the flower heads. Make sure it's a plant that is able to branch out, and when you cut it back to a leaf node, it will then produce more stems, more shoots, make it bushier.